following broadcast may contain adult language and childish behavior. Nanny, nanny, boo, boo. Ass bags. It's Friday night, and once again, it's time for the Budda Show. Tonight, we welcome back our friend Ace Pilot 2K7, YouTube content creator and streamer, celebrating hitting 300,000 subscribers. Featuring Larry Bell at the news desk, resident wise guy and rant commentator Tom Fasulo, Buddha Rocks, that's me, at Master Control. And now, live from the Budda Nation studio in Los Santos, the only YouTube talk show that makes your giggle parts jiggle, it's the Budda Show. What is going on? Oops. Let's unmute the damn TeamSpeak here. What's going on, everybody?
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Already with technical difficulties. Onyx says his giggle parts are jiggling already. Must be that 300K. Mr. 300K is with us. Back with us tonight. What's going on, Ace?
Heck yes.
What's going on, guys? Good to be here.
You need to add that. You need to get his t-shirt that says the Mr. 300K or something.
Mr. 300K. Making the jingly parts jingle. That was for you, Onyx.
Miss Bell, how are you doing this fine evening?
I can't complain too much. How about you?
I can't complain either. Absolutely not. It's a good day to be alive. What's going on there, Mr. Tom?
What is up?
Let's see. The rent on the studio just went up. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We own it.
What?
There are so many people in chat. I have no idea. Let's see how many people are watching. 32 people watching right now. That's awesome. That's awesome. Way too many to get through. So we're just going to say hi to everybody. Thank you, you're here. TNT Lunatic and Double D, thank you for subscribing. Double D subscribe to my channel.
Woohoo.
We like double Ds, don't we?
Oh, we do. We do.
Tom earlier informed me that was a minimum requirement for him.
Double D's was a minimum requirement? Well, I mean, you can't blame a guy for trying, right? I mean...
I politely informed him his ass don't have any more requirements. All his prayers have already been answered.
That's it.
Prayers have been answered. Prayers have been answered, that's sure. A lot of people in the chat there saying congrats, Ace.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
What's that feel like, dude?
It felt really good. I think I didn't realize it until we were like just about there. Like, you know, we obviously were getting close for the past couple of weeks, but it's like, oh crap, we're about to do this. Like, my heart was racing. I didn't know what I was doing. I could barely set up a stream.
Wow.
But it was good. It was exciting.
Did you cry at all later? Like have a little cry in your pillow at night?
No.
No. I you know what I did when I reached 5K? Like I cried like a schoolgirl. Like it was during a stream. I don't know what it was. It just hit me. I was like silent forever, and everybody's like, "Where did Buddha go?"
That's what happens sometimes. Like sometimes emotion just hits you when you're not expecting it.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly it.
But that's how you know you're really passionate and you're really working hard to.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. When you put everything into it, sometimes it does affect you that way for sure. Well, thank you for being here with us again. We do appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for the invite.
Mike DeBolt says, Mike and Lisa DeBolt say, congrats on 300K.
Thank you.
Very nice. So we're going to get to the news here real quick. I know, Ace, you've got limited time tonight, so we're going to get back with you real quick. But tonight's news is brought to you by San Andreas Telephone. Life happens, San Andreas Telephone.
Hello?
Hi, is Mark there?
Yeah?
It's me, Shannon. We met at Jack's party.
Yeah! How can I forget? Wow, how you doing? I haven't heard from you in,
9 months? Hello?
Some moments change your life. San Andreas Telephone.
Belle, what do you got for us?
All right, so a quick rundown of gaming news. Resident Evil 2's demo has been played over has been played by over 1 million people. EA was working on an open world Star Wars game that they reportedly scrapped.
Aw.
Mortal Kombat 11 the premiere, I should say, was aired this week. And Netflix considers Fortnite as one of its major competitors.
Fortnite as a competitor to Netflix.
Yes.
How is that possible? I guess we'll
Well,
dive into that.
so this article is published on PCGamer.com, which is where I get a lot of my gaming news, because it's a fairly reliable source, as you'd imagine. So Netflix is saying that they lose more people to watching Fortnite streams than they do to other large broadcasting companies, such as HBO or Amazon Video.
Wow.
So more kids
That's
are
pretty
clicking off
crazy.
Netflix and watching Fortnite.
I weep. I weep for society.
Samesies.
Is it going to be like Fortnite and chill now?
Look, if you played with some of these people, if you watch their streams and videos, there's no chill involved, dude. Not with Fortnite.
I don't get it.
It's funny to watch them aggro on their own computer gear, too, when they lose.
Oh, yeah. I've seen smash keyboards, holes in walls,
They really rage out on that game.
friggin' fighting over this skin versus that skin and no skins. I'm like, I can't even right now. You're talking about a free game.
Yeah. Wow. That's just crazy. So I want to hear more about this Netflix thing before we go any further. Let's get that one out of the way.
I mean, I guess instead of watching shows, binge watching Netflix, kids are choosing to, or I'm assuming it's kids. It may not be all kids. It may be adults too. They're clicking off of Netflix and going to watch Fortnite streams instead.
Are they saying how much they're losing, or?
While she peruses the article.
That's okay. I knew that this was a last minute thing, so we're all good.
So it's saying that Fortnite earned $2.4 billion with a B, as in boy.
Wow.
How does a
In
free game earn
2018.
$2.4 billion? Microtransactions?
Those skins.
Microtransactions.
Yeah.
Oh, holy crap.
Because nobody wants to play as a default skin and get laughed at. That's what it is.
Wow.
Personally, my brother-in-law, he's only I think 12 or something. He spent over $150 on skins.
I would beat his ass.
That's crazy.
No offense to your in-laws.
100. Isn't CS:GO like that too? Like there's a big skin market.
Mm-hmm.
That's just insane.
Oh yeah, that's exactly where CS:GO made their money. There's all the skins.
Well,
But
the
it's kind
article-
of a genius plan nowadays. You make the game free, everybody could play, and you give them something that everybody wants. It makes them buy it. And
Well, the argument is that if you watch something on Netflix, you binge watch a show or you watch a movie or whatever it is you choose to watch on Netflix, you'll have a temporary effect. However, in getting into something like watching a game stream, and Fortnite for the purposes of this article, but in general, it's a longer lasting thing because you find one person that streams it and that kind of grows. That's actually how Tom and I ended up in this position. We found one person that did LSPDFR. And we grew from there.
I think she threw up in her mouth a little.
I did.
Well, you eat pizza every day. for like 6 months, you
No,
tend to not want pizza.
Yeah, well,
every day.
that's exactly what I'm going through. I've enjoyed the break. I've lost subscribers. There have been some younger viewers that have just gotten down, like yelled at me in all caps and DMs because I'm not doing that content right now.
But in comparison, if we had never found that particular stream during Irma, we would have never started watching Buddha and Dark and Onyx and Rye and Ace. And, we wouldn't have become a part of the community that we're a part of, and we wouldn't be sitting around this table right now. Well, I mean, maybe we would have, but not in the same way that it happened.
Yep.
I'm a firm believer in sometimes you meet people because you're supposed to.
Absolutely. I don't subscribe to coincidence when all of that is, when you're talking about people, there's no coincidence when you meet people.
If we'd chosen to watch Netflix, who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
I would have just did a lot of chilling, and that's it.
That's right. Well, you make a good point there, Belle. That's a really good point. Well, we'll get back to the... What's that?
I do have those.
A lot, folks. A lot.
Please,
more than you realize.
Well,
more than you realize.
Please, I have to live with this every day. Do not.
Is this part of the rant for later?
No, it might be.
Well, there is a full stock bar out there in the studio kitchen. So while we're hearing from the our sponsors, the Boscarelli brothers, you guys feel free to get yourself a drink, and we'll be right back, folks. Do you play popular games like Grand Theft Auto, PUBG, Fortnite, and more?
You suck at those games and stop being a loser who gets laughed at out of the game? You want to be the best at something that doesn't change your real-life dweeb shlomo living hood adjacent in your mom's basement social status?
Then you need to visit Help I'm a Pathetic Loser and Need Help Cheating at Games I Suck at.mafia.org/modded game account /nothing too illegal to see here.
Hi, I'm Vinny, hung jury Boscarelli.
And I'm Georgie 3-Nips Boscarelli.
For the Boscarelli Family Gaming Institute of Higher Game Fixing.
We love gaming.
And hate losing.
Yeah, so we started a school with what then weekend swindle.
No, Georgie, you can't say that. You gotta say the other thing.
Right. I mean, help other gamers become winners by offering them illegal modded gaming accounts to give them the edge that the average smoko doesn't have the cojones or the big boy skills to muster for himself.
That's right, Georgie. We got all sorts of them modded accounts for those popular games that these kids are playing online. Need to gain an edge over the competition in your fave first-person shooter? We got you covered.
Yeah, maybe you're a casual gamer who enjoys trolling the gabagool out of randos because you're a pathetic, miserable schmucko scumbag. Get one of our patented, not illegal modded accounts, and you'll be griefing other players in no time flat, like the lame-o potato-sucking jerk-off you can't help but be.
Our website checkout system and delivery are second to none, and your information is protected and safe.
We take your info security safely, because how else would we keep it secure to swindle
Georgie, remember the thing that the lawyer Stooley told.
I mean, store your info securely to make future purchases a breeze.
We also offer a loan shark program where you can buy modded accounts and pay as you go without simple credit option.
That's right. Simply put, you sign on a dotted line and pay us back with a 200% interest VIG, or we take your limbs
off your trees and hold them limbs until you bring those accounts current.
That's right. So visit us on the dark web today at Help I'm a Pathetic Loser and Need Help Cheating at Games I Suck at.mafia.org/modded game account /nothing illegal to see here. Once again, that's Help I'm a Pathetic Loser and Need Help Cheating at Games I Suck at.mafia.org/modded game account /nothing illegal to see here. And start winning today.
Hey, look here, asshole. You ain't got to immigrate all the way from Puerto Rico like I did to know that you're listening to the Blake Bro and Budda Show on Q92 WCTR. That's the only place for talk radio worth hearing this side of Puerto Rico.
And we are. There we go, and we are back.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! So Ace, 300K.
Yes.
And let's see, when did you hit 200K? I remember.
So, we was actually arguing, my wife and I, because we were both saying a different year. I was thinking it was 2018. She was saying it was 2017, but it has to be 2018 though. So I'm trying to remember the exact month, but I'm thinking it was June 2018. I don't know. I gotta look. I honestly forgot.
It definitely was 18 because I know I was already around when you hit 200K.
So are we talking early 18 or what?
The tail end of 17.
Because
I want to say you were in the like 170,000 ballpark when we came in.
Because I know for sure, 'cause I'm looking at it here, I hit 100K June 2017, and I'm pretty sure June 2018 is when we hit 200K, which is pretty crazy to do like a whole nother 100K in a year.
Yeah, that's in a year. I mean, wow. That's just...
Yeah, it's all due to the momentum though too.
Well, yeah, I've said that like when I explained to TRQ how it works and some other people, there's an exponential growth factor, a percentage that if you look at, let's say you have 1,000 subscribers and that's what you're doing right now and this is the money you're earning. Well, if you have, you know, with every 100 subscribers, as a good measurement step, you can see, you can figure out, okay, well, if I've got 10% more growth, then you're going to see 10% more subscribers, 10% more views, etc.
Mm-hmm.
In theory. Doesn't always work that way, does it?
Nope.
You've got one video. Well, how much that bank heist video?
Yeah,
where's that at now?
My most viewed video that YouTube loves the most, and they've been like promoting forever, is honestly the video that I hate the most, and I don't even know why it's uploaded because it really does suck. And there's so many problems in that, from like my siren was messed up to I had some type of snow mod like halfway installed, so there was like tire tracks even though we were driving on pavement. So it was like so many little things wrong with that video, but that video is like up to 7 million views somehow.
That's just insane. That was what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago you did that?
Yeah, about 4 years. Yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable. So what's the plans now? I mean, in light of suddenly 300K, you have plans to do anything different, or are you going to keep it the same?
I just want to try to be consistent, because one thing that I always beat myself up over is like, I try to do a video a day or two, but then, sometimes something comes up or, I just miss a day, and then I really try to be consistent. So that's the main thing I'm going to try to work on, is just being consistent and reaching for 400K. And also like networking and, working with other people, collabing, stuff like that, because that's important as well. And, they always say, what's the saying? High tide raises all ships.
Yeah.
So I really want to make sure I'm like, helping everybody else around me as well, and build a community, because it was nice after we hit 300K. We went into Discord and we got a lot of people talking, and just hearing people that's been following me, whether it's been like 1 week or if they've been following me for years. It was just nice to put a voice to the username of everybody, and then let everybody see some other up and coming creators as well. So that was really nice.
Yeah, that's one thing I appreciate about you, and you set a good example for others of using the community tab. That's a great way to network and grow a community with other YouTubers. I mean, like I've told you, you've said, hey, send me a link, and I shoot you a link, and well, like that canine, the canine getting arrested little video, that thing was like 3 minutes long tops, and in 2 days after you posted, it had like 2,000 views. It was insane.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So okay, so how fast is it growing now? Like you hit 300,000 what?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yep.
So 2 days later, because I know you were streaming at night, right? In the evening?
Yeah, we were streaming that evening, yes. I think it was around like 7, 8-ish.
So where are you at now?
So right now, I believe we're at 300 and 700, I believe, last I looked.
So almost another 1,000 since.
Almost another thousand. Oh, I just checked. 300,882. So another
Wow.
100, and we're at 301.
That's just insane, dude.
And 1% closer to 400K. And
So,
that's how I look at it too.
so the Facebook stuff's been helping then, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
was gonna say
another
that.
thing I'm trying to do as well as I move forward is also diversify, you know? So I've been uploading videos on Facebook as well, trying to stream on Facebook as well, reach new people and kind of bounce people to YouTube, but also bounce people to Facebook too. So that's another thing I'm dabbing into, even though it's not like monetizing stuff over there. I'm still working on growing it because I feel like eventually it would be worth it.
Well, yeah, you plant the seed and then
Yeah.
you
And we
manage
have
it, and pretty soon you get fruit from that tree. That's just the way anything goes. You put time and effort into it, and it'll pay off eventually.
Yep.
Do
So
you
we're
do
about
you
at
see that being a platform?
700 over there, I believe.
How many?
7,700
Wow.
followers.
And
And
that's in
that's-
how long?
Yeah, and you've been doing that for what, 5 months now,
I would
almost.
say about 5 or 6. I started in the summertime. I don't even remember when, but
And what was that number back then?
I actually didn't even have a Facebook page, so it was really zero.
Really? Wow,
Yeah.
that's yeah. See, I'm getting ready to start doing that. Like, I'm gonna do it one day a week. A
Yeah,
lot
I
of people have
honestly
told me
believe it's
Russ
gonna
would do
be the
awesome
next
over
big
there.
thing.
That's just interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that being a platform maybe in the future where you're more over there than you are on YouTube, or?
I don't know if I would be more over there, but I think it's gonna be a top. I think Facebook is definitely gonna be a top player in the future with YouTube. And the main reason why I say that, I actually watch this. I don't really watch him as much anymore, but in the summertime, I used to watch another streamer, and he was on YouTube. He has like over 1 million subs on YouTube. He has a second channel with like 100K. He has a Twitch. I don't know how much he has on Twitch, but he used to stream on YouTube. But every Saturday morning, he did like some big community game, and he would stream on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at the same time. That's pretty much how I found him. So I was just watching him, seeing how he does his thing, and I'm like, wow, he's streaming on all of these platforms. But then he decided to give that all up and only stream on Facebook only. And he has like 1 million followers over there too, but he has more subscribers on YouTube than followers on Facebook. So I saw that, and that kind of made me a little bit interested in it. So I started, looking more into it. And I was like, you know what? Maybe Facebook may be the next big thing. So better start working on it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. And I
Mhm.
mean, where do you see yourself with Twitch? I know you're not super active over there. You gonna go back over there?
Yeah, I've been trying to find something to occupy my Twitch channel, but I don't know. At the moment, I just don't see myself on Twitch. Um, they're a little bit more like exclusive as far as what you could do with uploading and well, more with streaming. So at the moment, it's just not a fit with what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I've got the affiliate over there, and I was
Yeah.
not happy after I worked my ass off that 1 week to get all the requirements in, and then now I can't restream. Son of a.
Same of it, same with me. So it's like I thought about it. I was like, should I go all in with Twitch and only stream on Twitch? And I even had a representative contact me too, and she gave me like a whole bunch of information, which sounds great, but I just didn't think it was the right thing for me to do.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
where
So
I'm at.
I got a question circling back to the whole Facebook thing.
Uh-huh.
What do you think is the driver to this whole new group of people that are just watching on Facebook but never transferred over to YouTube and now are just coming? Because it seems like a whole new pool of people that weren't on YouTube or weren't looking at YouTube for videos.
Yeah, I think like the Facebook audience one is like well, not slightly, a lot more mature and older, obviously, since most of them, there's not as many young kids on Facebook. So, and a lot of them haven't seen anything as far as what we're doing with GTA 5. They haven't seen 5M, they haven't seen LSPDFR. It's all new to them over there. So I think because of that, they're more interested in like once they see it, they're like, "What the heck is this?" So they're more interested in watching, and then some of them would follow you on YouTube as well and try to learn more about it and watch.
Yeah, I got that same effect on Mixer, even just doing, like I did the Wheelman mod over there, and it's all Xbox players, so they were like, "What the hell is this? How come my GTA doesn't look like this? How do I get this?"
Yeah, that's what it turns out to be. And even Onyx had some crazy success on his first stream. I think I forgot how many people was there, but I think he had like over 500 people watching, which was insane.
Yeah, I was watching on YouTube, and I remember that the alert box just kept popping up, but like rapid fire, just one after another.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Now it's not always like that for me. I haven't had any crazy luck lately. Like today I did a stream and we had about 90 people watching on Facebook and about maybe I forgot how many on YouTube, but sometimes like it depends on how many people share it too. Like I always try to get them to share it because Facebook it's easy to share a video, and then once you share it, their whole friend list could potentially like jump into the stream. So I had streams from anywhere from like 100 people watching all the way up to like 1,000 people watching. So it's pretty cool.
I just can't imagine. I bet it's even like I can't keep up with your chat just on YouTube. I don't know how you do it with 1,000 people watching and just blah 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 blah.
Trying to read through it gives me soul crushing anxiety.
I know, right?
And that's usually what, 200, 300 in chat.
Yeah, about that much.
That's insane. Like even for this show, I have to set it. I think I've got it set for a 10-second delay. Otherwise, I can't keep up with it and do the show. There's no way.
Yeah, I gotta add the delay too because otherwise it'll just be impossible.
Now, have you gotten any donations that you could track to someone that you found you on Facebook during a stream? Like how does that help that?
Yes, there's one guy that became a sponsor, and that was pretty cool. He became a sponsor. He's been sponsored for about maybe 3 or 4 months now.
Yeah.
No hard donation that I could match, but I do have just like how Twitch affiliate has the what do they call it, the bits or whatever, that they donate to
bits on Twitch.
So Facebook has an equivalent one, which I currently have access to. So that is called Facebook Stars. So it's pretty much the same thing. Like 1 star is 1 cent. So like 100 stars, $1. But I have gotten a couple of those, which is pretty cool. And then also Facebook, since I think they're really trying to like grow like crazy right now, so they have been giving out like free stars to viewers who are watching on PC. So if any viewer watching my stream on PC for like a certain amount of time or whatever, it will pop up on their screen like, hey, you could donate Ace Pilot 2K7 like 95 cents or like $1.50, and it's not coming out of your money, it's coming from Facebook. So it's kind of like a win-win for both of us.
I didn't even know about that. I haven't really looked into it yet. I'm gonna have to pick your brain and DMs and all that.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Does Facebook attach any adverts to it?
That's what I'm working on trying to get to next. So I think I have to get to like 10,000 followers to get that.
But are they doing it on their own, like interrupting the stream, putting their own
for live streams? I know for videos you could insert it in, like just like on YouTube, you could either let it pick where you want. You can let the computer pick to like randomly put in the ads, or you can manually put where you want to put it. But as far as streams, actually, yeah, with streams you could do it. I don't remember the requirements, but yeah, you could do it in the streams. I remember reading that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if that gets unlocked at 10,000 followers too, or not.
I'm gonna have to definitely check that out. I mean, it's just I've watched Onyx. I see how it helps, and I think
JB Twin as well too. He had like crazy success over there. His streams I need to talk to JB Twin because he got the cheat code. Like every stream he does has 1,000 people in there,
over 1,000 plus.
I'm like, JB, what are you doing that I'm not doing?
Is it a time thing, or?
I don't know. I didn't really look that closely into it, but he's been having a lot of success, so I'm happy for him too.
Well, I'm all for anything that helps. I mean, this is definitely a legit business,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just because a channel isn't doing very well, I'll fall back to what we talked about a couple of weeks ago when it came to this. Was there's too much? I think there's too much of people that are judging a content like they don't know the channel, they haven't watched any content. They judge it off of how many subscribers you have and what kind of views you have. And make an instant decision whether or not it's good content. And just like with the music industry, there's a lot of musicians and bands out there that should be heard that just aren't because they're buried. And I think the same thing happens there. Oh, well, they're rock, so I don't like it. Or, well, they only had 50 people at their biggest concert, so how good could they be?
And honestly, the smallest creators are normally the best ones, in my opinion.
Well, it's still like what? You're still humbled and you're still trying to please everyone at that point rather than being.
Because once it gets big, it's like you're just trying to keep
you're not
up
full of
with it.
You're not full of yourself at all. Like you're very down to earth. You're like, even in the short time that we've known each other, you've been very nice to me, and even in the streams, like very welcoming and warming to not only me but a lot of people that are small and still growing.
Because I remember what it was like too. And I just want everybody to do well. Be happy.
And I think that's kind of what the community needs more of. I think the community needs more of people trying to build up people.
Yep.
I agree, because in this community, it is so much like this against that, and then even down to like the car models. Like someone uploads like their first vehicle to LSPDFR, and the comment section is just complain. And even when someone uploads like a really good, like a veteran modder uploads something, just amount of negativity sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Everyone starts somewhere. So instead of tearing it apart,
you gotta
offer
encourage.
constructive criticism and encourage.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I really love that you put this light pattern, but what if you tweak the lights to look like this? I'm just trying to stick with putting a new car in.
Mm-hmm.
And to be fair, there is a small portion of that community. It's just like any community where they're really helpful, and I mean there are a lot of gamers out there that run by that moral code where it's it's about the gaming, it's about the networking. Multiplayer gaming is no fun if you don't have anybody to play with or if you don't know anybody. So
I mean, similarly, everybody assumes that these Fortnite channels are garbage, right? That if all you do is stream Fortnite, then it's probably a garbage channel. A lot of people who are not pro Fortnite feel that way about it. But there are still people who stream primarily Fortnite who are hella entertaining.
That is true too,
yeah. Well, that kind of goes back to the whole thing about should be. I appreciate people who like the streamer for the personality. They're not there just for one type of content.
Right.
I mean, that's fine if you're there for one type of content. There's all kinds of viewers. Hell, I've worn out the guide button on my remote, trying to find something to watch and can't decide on crap. But I just really appreciate the type of viewer that's like, it doesn't matter what Buddha does or what Ace does or what Tom does. I'm there because I enjoy his personality or the voice or whatever may be the issue or the thing that grabs a certain person.
Right.
All right,
and it's not a secret. I don't love watching LSPDFR. I don't. It is what it is. But I watch you guys because Ace included, Buddha, Rye, Onyx, all the Cuffs fam. I watch you guys because I enjoy watching you, because I enjoy spending time in your chat. I enjoy the things you have to say or the delivery of the things that you say. So there is good content to be found, even in maybe a topic or a game you're not that interested in.
You just like my pilot voice.
I do like your pilot voice. I used to like your Streamlabs, don't know, but you took that shit away from me.
The what?
Your Streamlabs, don't know. The
Do the way.
Uganda Knuckles.
You know what? I've been getting a lot of heat for that. A lot of heat. Why did I take it away? Maybe I'll have to bring it
what
back.
They want, damn it.
Well, if you watch one of Buddha's brush streams, you will see that he put Uganda on one of the garage doors.
That's right.
And if he finds a way to animate it and sing to me every time I walk past with it, that would be sufficient.
You just want to see Knuckles dance, that's all.
Yes. You're not wrong.
Oh, well, Ace, do you have anything, any parting words? I know you got to get out of here. You go spend time with your family. I really appreciate you taking the time last minute to come on the show. I do want to tell everybody in chat that, you know, that we had a very, very big famous person that was going to appear on the show, and then I talked to Ace in passing and was like, yeah, this is a good idea. Let's get Ace back on. So I said, big person, big famous person, you're going to have to wait for Ace.
That's the way family does things.
That's right.
How it's done.
Hell yeah.
That is how it's done. But yeah, I'm just happy to be here. You guys are awesome as always. I love this show, and I'm just happy. I don't know. I feel like ever since 300K, I just feel like so positive now. It's good.
Well, I mean, I would say it would give you damn good reason to be happy, sir.
Well, until a mod breaks on me and then I start cursing out my computer again.
Well, look at it this way, though. You know, when I first met you, you were frustrated with your job, like everybody is. Mm-hmm. But you hung in there and you kept up the crazy cuff schedule and all the different changes and everything like that. And you know, the family just kind of grew and got stronger. And then what was it? Has it been not quite a year since you were able to go full time?
It was the end of June.
You made the choice to go full time. I mean, that's winning, dude. That and still gaining. You know, 300K and still gaining. That is just winning.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him, he's so nonchalant.
Well, he's a very humble, modest person, and I think Ace is a great representation that you don't have to be negative, you don't have to be cringy, you don't have to be filled with drama to have success.
Yeah.
I think that, you know, you consistently produce all ages appropriate content. You know, you don't cater just to kids. Adults can watch you too and not be like, oh my God, why is this guy, you know, acting so ridiculous? You know, you're very even keeled.
Mm-hmm. I think that's just from like my real life personality too, which is like good and kind of bad. Like I'm like, like when I used to work I'm like the one that just gets along with everybody. But that also means I'm the one that's like in between all the drama too, like when people are arguing.
Do you hear what
like which one of us are right? Like, I'm right, Ace? No, I'm the right one. I'm in the middle, like, well, you both are kind of right, but...
Well, see, though, there's an old saying that, you know, the nicest, quietest people are the ones that when they blow their top, watch out. I don't ever want to see Ace mad, or at least be on the if he's mad, I want to be on the same team, goddammit.
I did blow a couple times at work, and like my coworker's like, what the heck? That was funny.
Somebody's got like 911 on the cell phone. They're just waiting to hit send, right? Oh, the quiet guy's upset. Well, Ace, I do really, really appreciate you being here again, brother, and taking time out. Everybody in the chat says thank you for being here, and say hi to baby Ace. I know she's getting big.
Well, dude, she's running around here too. She's doing so many things now. It's so amazing how fast they grow.
All right, man. Well, you have yourself a good night, and meanwhile, Ace is getting out of here. We're gonna get the local weather break, and then we will be back with Fink Winkelstein. He's back this week. Awesome. Play a little bit of Name That Game. So we'll be back in just a second. Here is your Q92 local weekend weather, brought to you by San Andreas Telephone. Some moments change your life. San Andreas Telephone. Very chilly temps tonight set the stage for another freezing night across San Andreas. The freeze warning is in effect, so bring those pets inside. Saturday and Sunday will see temps jump slightly, but overall a good weekend to curl up under a blanket. For all the latest weather, traffic, and news updates, download the WCTR companion app, available now exclusively in the iFruit store. We now return you to the Budda Show on Q92 WCTR, West Coast Talk Radio.
That's right, you son bitches. You're listening to the Blake Bro and Budda Show on Q92 WCTR. Don't be a shit for brains. It's the only place for talk radio worth hearing.
It's time for Name That Game, where I recite quotes from video games, and contestants try to guess the right answer. I'm Frank Winkelstein. Let's get naming. Hi, everybody.
Well, hello.
How are you recovering from that accident last week, Fink?
Oh, just fine, thank you. I caught a lady in the bum. So what is it? No, what do they say? Bonnet?
Bonnet's the front of the car.
They don't say that here.
Boot, that's it. Booty.
The boot. There you go.
Yeah, I banged her in her booty.
I
had her booty all in my grill.
Oh, here we go.
All right, so are we ready? It's been a while.
That it has.
All right.
Ace
Number
is still
one.
in studio with us.
What's that?
Ace is staying with us. He wanted to play along.
Oh, okay. Ace is with us. Well, hello,
I'm
Ace.
here.
Congratulations on 300K.
Thank you.
All right. Let's get going. Number one. A man chooses, a slave obeys. Is that A, BioShock? B, Tom Cruise Slave Simulator? C, StarCraft? Or D, Duke Nukem?
I'm going to go with B.
Sounds kind of douchey, so I'm going to go with D.
I'm going to guess A. I have no idea, though.
The correct answer is A, BioShock.
Ooh,
There you go.
that's the only game I heard of on the list.
Hacks.
All right, number two. It ain't no secret I didn't get these scars falling over in church. Is that A, Grand Theft Auto? B, Tomb Raider? C, Red Dead Redemption? Or D, Super Metroid?
B, as in boy.
I'm going to go in RD. Red Dead.
I'm going to go B as in boy.
The correct answer is C, Red Dead Redemption.
Woohoo! Good for me.
Can I cheat off of Tom's paper?
I don't think they have churches in Tomb Raider. I could be wrong.
I can't say that I followed the lore. I didn't know they had churches in Red Dead.
I can't either. I just know Laura Croft, skimpy clothing, Angelina Jolie on her best day, Number three.
Fair enough.
You can't break a man the way you do a dog or a horse. The harder you beat the man, the taller he stands. Is that A, Fallout? B, Donkey Kong Country? C, Goat Simulator? Or D, Far Cry 2?
I'm going with Far Cry.
Me too.
I'm going to follow suit and go with Far Cry, because I honestly have no clue.
That is a unanimous correct, folks. Good job.
Woo!
Ding, 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 ding.
That is the most obscure one I will probably ever use, I promise. Okay, moving on. Number four. Looks don't count for shit in the jungle. This is Nam, baby. Is that A, Rising Storm Vietnam? B, Call of Duty Black Ops? C, Kirby? Or D, Rainbow Six?
Can you repeat the the quote for me, please?
Sure. Looks don't count for shit in the jungle. This is Nam, baby.
I would say A.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with A.
Yeah.
The correct answer is B, Call of Duty Black Ops.
Dang it.
Damn it.
And just for fun, at number 5, Eat My Big Gun. Is that A, GTA 5, B, Arma 2, C, Contra, or D, Metal?
D. David.
Yep, I'm gonna go with D.
I agreed, David.
The correct answer is C, Contra.
Gosh dang it.
Frick.
I only
We
got the one I
started off
copied
so
Ace
good.
on.
Well, I need to get into accidents more often. Those were good, huh?
That it was.
Fink stumped you
Yes,
guys. The
indeed.
Winkelstein film. Well, thanks for having me, everybody.
It was great having you again.
Great having you, Fink. Glad you're okay.
Good to see you, Winkenstein.
Well, thank you, Sharon. Congratulations again on 300K. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Toodles.
Oh, that was pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
That it was.
That was pretty good. So you're sticking with us for a little bit there, Ace?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out tonight. I'm having a fun time.
Well, how about that? See,
Hot dog.
this day just keeps getting better and better. Like this whole weekend keeps getting better and better. Finally had a bacon cheeseburger last night.
And it's only Friday night.
Yeah, I know. This weekend's just shaping up. Absolutely. Well, Tom, you know what time it is, right?
10:47 Eastern Standard.
It's time for your rant, buddy.
I tried. All right. So, I don't know if this is going to be a little bit too political for some, but in the news, something that affects most of us men here, and Bell on occasion, is the Procter & Gamble company, Gillette, the ones that sell the razors. So they decided to throw their hat into some kind of political view with selling razors. And the rant today is going to be staying in your lane. So they put out a video, I believe it was like a 2-minute video, on basically degrading men, saying that there's too much toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity.
Toxic man. So your seller base, right? The people buying your product are, I'm going to assume, 95% male. But it was like one of these get woke ads bashing men.
That's not the smartest thing to do.
Nope.
So they're receiving a lot of backlash. The video has gone viral. There's lots of commentary on it, and a lot of people, like, that's how you could bury your company really quick. And like, I've been watching rebuttals on it here and there, and it's the quote unquote like toxic male, like that doesn't treat the female correctly. The way it's depicted in this video is 0.05% of the male population.
Yep.
But so how many of those people are actually buying your Gillette razor? And why are you even bringing this out? And we were watching it, and we're sitting there and having a conversation about it. Why, their tagline has always been, be the best a man can get. Why aren't they showing the best a man can get, like the firefighters? Now, New South Wales, right? So across the world, like, this is how far this has gone. There was a fire department that put out, like, on their sign, in front of the fire department, and it said, house fires are toxic, but our masculinity isn't. And they were forced to take it down. because of community outcry.
Well, the point of your rant here is staying in your lane, and to me, I don't need my fire department making a political statement.
That they were playing on what it was, but those you look at that job, that's the best a man can get.
Agreed.
These are men and women that put their lives on the line on a daily basis for the greater of good. They don't get a big paycheck to do what they do, but they will not hesitate to run into a burning structure to save us. That's what that's where, if you want to depict anything as a tagline, why aren't you depicting that? Why aren't you saying, okay, this is the best a man could get, and show somebody pulling somebody out of a burning building, or show a law enforcement officer pulling somebody out of a car that just got into a bad wreck and saving their life, because that happens far more often than this toxic masculinity that they're talking about.
Yeah. Well, are they wanting to change their business tagline now?
I don't know, because now that this has struck them hard. I mean, I wouldn't do business with a company that personally does that.
I mean, we're talking about a company where they started manufacturing razors when men were the only one that shaved.
Right.
It wasn't until the late 60s and 70s when women really got really big, and you started to see women's razors. I saw a similar story. Kleenex. Now, is it Kleenex owned by Procter & Gamble, or is that Johnson & Johnson? I can't remember.
Hold, please.
Hold, please. We'll Google that one.
Hold, please.
Pull up the laptop.
We got wrapped up.
Hold, please. We'll play elevator music while you wait. But regardless,
it is neither. It's Kimberly Clark.
Okay, Kimberly Clark. So now for years, when you guys think Kleenex, right? What is the demographic that instantly comes to your head without thinking about it? You think Kleenex, what is the demographic that comes to your head?
12-year-old boys.
Okay, yep. All right, but also women, right? Like, they have a lot of uses for makeup. I see a lot of women using Kleenex when they're, clearing nail polish or just getting.
Okay, fair.
Right. Okay. So not just cotton balls and stuff, but so anyways, so the whole story was Kleenex replaced they put out a new product, and the little handy size you can get in a little plastic bag with the slit in it. You can stick it in your pocket and just get one tissue out at a time. Well, they had one that was bigger, and they called it a man-size pack. And there was some SJWs or feminists that freaked the hell out about this, about how having to explain her kid something that had to do with that whole, feminist and man-hating, mansplaining, masochistic, whatever, and blah, blah, blah. So they changed it. And the whole reason was they did that product simply because they were trying to market to a portion of the demographic that they were not getting sales. Men typically don't go, hey, hold on, Joe. I know we're going to the bar to drink beer and eat wings and shoot pool, but I got to stop and get me a little package of Kleenex.
Well, because I got a shirt sleeve.
Right.
Right.
Well, no, but that's a valid point that Tom brings up. I know that most men will grab a napkin off the table at the restaurant to blow their nose, for example.
Yep.
I will not do that. I will use a Kleenex or something softer.
Yeah, well, I understand why they did it, and the whole point was one lady through and viral social media threw a fit, and they changed it because of that. And that's happening way too much lately. Like, I'm waiting for them to come to a YouTuber and say, you can't do that anymore because that's offensive. Your name is offensive. You need to change your name. And where does it stop? Is my question.
It doesn't, but why? How did this get past anybody to say that this was going to be a good idea? Like, why are they putting their hat in this ring in the first place?
Right.
Like, you're already making money hand over fist for razors that cost
$25.
Yeah, pennies on the dollar that they're selling them for. But we have this society where we shave, right? Like I don't know about you guys. Like I shave often. I go to Dollar Shave Club now, but nevertheless, like that's a necessary evil for most men. Why would you target something as a business ad against the people that are your primary
Yeah.
purchaser?
Her house is going to catch on fire, and some firefighters are going to, have to sign a waiver. Well, there was some guy who was an off-duty firefighter or cop or something, and this girl, they were rafting or something like that, and she hit her head under the water unconscious, and he did CPR and saved her life. And she's suing him for violating her.
Because she did not consent.
Yeah. So...
To what? She didn't consent to what? Breathe?
Yeah, right. Who's she going to sue? God, because she didn't survive that? I just don't get it. And we talked about this before, Tom, remember, with one of your rants and drivers and stuff like that. We got on the subject of people just don't stop anymore. Well, I got a cell phone, I'll call, but I'm going to keep my hammer. It's down at 70 miles an hour because I got a chili in the crock pot. I got to get home.
Or they're scared of the liability. Like, that's terrible.
Yep. Absolutely.
The human kindness has gone away, helping that fellow man for fear of a lawsuit. Like, that's terrible times that we're coming into for that.
Yep.
It is. And circling back kind of to the purpose of this is staying in your lane. Right? So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think that this could have been much better served, as Tom said, depicting not even the best a man can get, but the best a man can be. So there are two scenes in that ad that come to mind that I actually think were well done. And one is a father playing with his little girl in the bathroom, like he's telling her to say, "I am strong," I think is what it was. And I thought that was great. I think that, traditionally, men had less of a role in character building for their children, right? So traditionally, like back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, man worked, mom stayed home and reared the children. And I think kind of circling and showing, being good supportive fathers and building your kids up. And I think that's great. And there was another one where two young men were about to fight and two older men stepped in and broke it up. And that's something else. You should be encouraging people to talk it out. Encouraging young men to use their words and figure out what the problem is rather than violence. Because violence amongst young men is a big problem.
But how many fathers would Fight Club their kids? Right?
No, I don't think they weren't old enough to have been their dads. They were in a large social group on a street somewhere, like on a street corner somewhere. And the two older men stepped in who were the role models and were like, "Yo, you don't do this." And I think that needs to happen more. I can't tell you how many times you read of young men stabbing each other, shooting each other, and there's never a point. There's never a reason.
Oh, there's a reason. It's usually a female.
Yeah. Female or some tennis shoes.
Right, throw their life away over nothing.
Exactly.
Yep. Can you imagine if YouTubers acted like that, just gunned each other down over some beefs?
I have more subs than you. You have a sub bot.
Roll up and spray them. 300K, bitches! Peel out.
Or, if Gillette wanted to make a positive impact, why don't you donate a portion of sales to Big Brothers Big Sisters, or start your own similar organization that works on bettering people?
Agreed. I would love one day to start a foundation, even just to provide a gaming computer and some internet service to someone who otherwise would be out in a gang learning how to sling dope and shoot at rivals.
Right.
Right.
It
doesn't have to be something that's huge and helps a massive wide people. If you're using your time to better others, we're our own brother's keeper, right? So
Exactly. But to create this ad, get all this backlash, lose God knows how much in sales. You could have taken all that money and put it into something positive rather than a political statement.
yep.
And I mean, we spend that money, right? Like that's our hard-earned money that we pay this ridiculous markup on for, 3 blades, 5 blades, 7 blades, 40 blades, because that's just something we have to. Like we all accept that as, okay, this is what we have to do. And you use that one blade freaking Bic, and you're there for 45 minutes, and like you have to throw 3 of them away by the time you're done, right?
Well, and you've essentially you're gonna have to grow a new layer of skin after that too.
Yeah, like I would need a half a roll of toilet paper to get all the blood marks.
What do you got? Leprosy? No. Old razor.
Yeah. Single blade Bic after Gillette's commercial. I'm sorry.
Well, it's true though. It's true. And thus the reason why we have a whole explosion over the past almost decade now with men who don't shave and have beards, and they use trimmers now instead of razors. I'm one of them. It's so much easier for me to maintain a decent beard, a nice trim beard, than it is to have to shave every day. It's cheaper too. $35 for a Norelco little trimmer that's rechargeable,
And will last you 2 years.
Yep. And I don't enjoy buying and using shave cream. I just don't.
You mean other than to like paint up the neighborhood with that, right?
Yeah, well, none of it works for me. I still have irritation. I still have, some skin burn and stuff. It doesn't matter what I use, but with the beard, it's all, even the cold weather. Now my face is warm when I go outside.
That's the way to do it.
And I look mountain man spectacular.
Just simply dashing.
We could attest to that, I think.
All right. Well, anything else there, Tom? Any last thoughts on, or?
No, that's it. Like,
Okay.
I just had to get that. Like, that's my thing for the last 2 days, and just watching all the rebuttals to it, and it's just horrible. Like, I feel terrible that that's the kind of ads that need to be created or are being created, because we need to be quote unquote educated.
Stay woke, fam.
I miss the 80s. I really do. Like, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. I miss that. Times were so much simpler. What do you got for news there, Belle? What do you want to talk about next?
Well, some of these are going to be a little bit heavier hitting.
Okay.
So, hang on one second.
Hashtag window updates, everyone. They come at the best times.
Always.
Always. That's right.
All right, so first up in news, and again, I'll run through a handful of headlines, but there's one I want to circle back to, so that's what we'll do with. Some of you may have heard that the president hosted a meal for Clemson University football, and he opted to serve a buffet of fast food to collegiate athletes. Hopefully we can all see the problem with that.
Yes, I did hear about this.
That's winning right there.
Did you see the pictures?
I should smack you.
Yes, I did.
The pictures are hilarious.
The memes are great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have it on platters and everything.
Yeah.
That is gold.
It
That
was
is
McDonald's,
winning
if
on
I'm
a
not
whole
mistaken.
new level.
Yeah, they had McDonald's. They had everything. McDonald's, pizza. I think they had Burger King too.
Just like every crazy food that an athlete shouldn't be even thinking about eating was there.
Look, everybody gets a cheat day, all right?
And then there's this guy handing it out.
I don't know. What do you guys think if y'all went to the White House and you got served that? How would you feel?
Dude, I would be on the floor laughing hysterically.
I know.
Like I understand where that comes from and just like the comedic humor behind it. So I wouldn't be offended. Like I wouldn't at all.
I wouldn't either, but I would make their life easy. You know, like
I would have been like, "Where's mine with no mayo?"
Exactly, dude. Exactly. I asked for the vegetables on the side.
Is there a no bun option?
And you know the funny part is the lady from Popeyes is pissed she didn't get the call.
Yeah, that calling up the local McDonald's. Yeah, hold for the president's office, please.
We need 300 Big Macs.
Do you think they just like Uber Eats them over, or do you think somebody like actually like coordinated the whole thing?
I should do a video of that.
I'll bet you someone made like $10,000 in consulting fees on that.
That's a good video idea. I'm about to pull up to the gratified burger shot with the limo.
That's awesome. I love it.
Picking up the burgers for the game. Oh man.
Oh, good
funny.
Lord. That is just. But in all reality, though, if I had a lot of money, I mean, that's the kind of party I'd throw. You know, I mean, if that was done on purpose with the thought that we're about to troll all of these athletes at the White House, this is going to be the greatest troll ever. Like, that's comedic genius.
And
but if someone thought this is the best thing to serve just because it's the best thing to serve, you know, they need to stop eating SpaghettiOs at night. Go buy some real food.
His troll level is strong. Like, that was meant to troll. That was not meant to be.
They claim it was because of the shutdown. There's no funds to buy regular food.
That's great. That's even better.
That's what they say.
Well, no, all of the White House staff are still actively being paid.
Well, we sent two big Secret Service agents over there to get that damn shave. You better get your ass into the kitchen.
I could imagine them just coming through with all those Suburbans blazing through traffic. We got it.
Floated down with fast food.
Pulling up
can
to
you
freaking
imagine?
McDonald's. Do you think the ice cream machine
I think
was
they
broken?
would pick it up themselves, honestly, because they can't trust it to be delivered. I know when
you
they
got
get
dudes
the
with Glock guarding friggin' cheeseburgers and pizzas.
Like, no, really, do you think that, like, there were milkshakes, or was the ice cream machine broken?
Oh, the ice cream machine is always broken.
Yeah, it's definitely broken after that order.
Well, until March when they try to extort for the Shamrock Shakes.
Oh, good Lord. Well, I guess at least it wasn't all McRib, right? See, that would have been just over the top. Nothing but McRib sandwiches.
Rip, there was no McRib this year. Sad panda.
Sad panda. Wow.
All right, wrapping up a couple of other headlines before one story in particular I'd like to talk about. Google Maps is going to release one of Waze's best feature, or Waz's best feature, however you say that. And it's going to be that it's going to alert you where police activity is now while you're driving. Sony Music dropped R. Kelly following his Surviving R. Kelly video, movie, I should say. And there is going to be a super blood wolf moon on Sunday night into Monday morning. Ooh. So those are the other kind of what I found interesting headlights, and this is subjective, but since it's my little segment, I get to tell you what excites me. The one that I want to talk about, though, is something that kind of hits close to all of us here in that we use this platform. So there was an identified, I think, 6 men that were participating in child trafficking down near St. Petersburg, Florida. And the arrest happened this week, but the trafficking has been ongoing for something like 16 months. And I say child trafficking, but really that just applies to anyone under the age of 18, because the 2 that were found on their premises were, I think, 15 and 17. But the long and short of it is these men, or whoever helped lure the 2 teenage boys in, went through Discord app to do so. They connected with them via Discord. And the reason I bring this up is we all have our own Discords. We're on there daily. It serves as a more popular social outlet for most gamers than does Facebook. And it's really a matter of calling attention to who you talk to and what you share.
Yep.
It's true. And I mean, I know for most of us, we have had to censor people, whether in chat, putting their personal phone numbers up, or giving away way too much of their address. You know, that's scary. Like, you see how readily people give up their information without thinking of the security behind it.
Well, and how many people join a Discord and then they're gone? You know, like such and such has joined a Discord and it's always some weird name, and they're there for a little bit and then they leave.
Yep.
That happens all the time.
And let's say 1 in every 100 of those are looking to see who's in there, looking to see who they can communicate with.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's scary as hell.
Yep. So, you know, it's my call to those of us, and I'm including everyone in the chat, of course, but it's my call to people to be aware of who you're talking to. Be aware of what information you're selling, or you're giving out, I should say. You know, it's, in large, all of us are there to be friends, to be helpful, to, you know, be a part of this community, but that might not be the case with everyone. I know when I was a child, stranger danger was drilled into my head like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, yeah. Of course, when
mean,
I
it
grew
was
up, you
a
could go talk to
weekly
strangers and it was
discussion we
fine.
had about not talking to strangers, not getting, which I didn't listen to, not getting into cars with strangers, you know, never accept, you know, food or candy or anything of that sort from someone you don't know. All of these things were drilled into me as a child. And I'm curious if parents in today's society, parents of younger children, young teens, is this not something that's brought up anymore?
I talk about it all the time with my kids. All the time.
But see, now, is it because it's the virtual babysitter? Here's your tablet, your laptop. Go in the other room, leave me alone. I got things to do.
Yep.
And that's how it's happening. Like, I don't know.
Don't talk to strange people, and then they close the door. Well, everybody's a stranger until you start talking to them and get to know them a little bit, right? On the internet, in games,
Absolutely.
on Discord, you know. So it just goes back to when I was a kid. If I wanted to listen to a CD that was supposedly more than my age should be able to listen to, or play a game, or watch a movie, or whatever.
Did they have CDs when you were a kid?
When I was a teenager. Thank you. Thank you. Before that, it was done on round stone discs that were carved the grooves into.
Good deal.
Yep. But yeah, but my point is my mom and dad, they taught by example, and that was if I wanted to watch something that I didn't know, obviously I could watch or whatever, they checked it out first, and then they okayed it. And there was a lot of stuff that was rated R that I couldn't see, but they watched it and said, there's nothing in here that my son can't handle. And so I learned from that, and that's the way I raised my kids. And so when they get to be 13 years old, and we make them wait for the account, there's no playing games like Rust or Grand Theft Auto 5 at 8 years old. There's no Discord, there's no YouTube, no emails until they're 13 by law. We make them wait.
These two, at least one of them, I can't speak to the other one because I didn't really read any information about the one that had been there longer. But the one that was abducted most recently, I want to say was from Louisiana or Mississippi or something like that. Or not abducted, trafficked, because he actually agreed to meet up with the person willingly. So I don't know how abduction would be defined in that case. So the trafficked youth, we'll say. I mean, he was 15 years old. That's old enough to have a Discord. That's old enough to do most of these things that I never thought of as risky behavior, but maybe they are.
Well, that's why, I mean, if you're
going
good.
to speak of
Go ahead.
the capacity, like that we've dealt with people that obviously have something going on other than
Some kind of
normal,
diminished capacity.
right? So we do, I think, in our community, do a very good job of the self-policing and making sure that we're watching the backs of these people because we understand, and us as adults will never want to see that happen in our personal community. But how many other communities, like I've joined discords that have thousands of people, like it doesn't look like that's happening there. And that's probably how a 15-year-old could get lured into something like that. Oh, these are my friends. Like what does it take to befriend somebody before? Like I've seen personal information come out where they've talked to me 2 hours maybe in a stream, and then all of a sudden, like, I know half of their life.
Yep, these kids are lonely.
And they make a connection with someone, and they just feed off that connection.
Yep. And and that's something that brings up another point that's related to that too, that I'm sure Ace definitely can relate to just as much as I can or Tom can as a YouTuber. Is there's a line that, and I want to add that I don't think a lot of people that these viewers and subs really understand, but there's a line that you have to draw responsibly as far as how what people are in your inner circle and friending everybody on every platform and things like that. Like there has to be some exclusivity to it, and there has to be that privacy line where don't ask, don't tell, if you guys understand what I'm saying. Right, Ace?
I agree, because I think a lot of them are kids, though, like you were saying, but yeah, people get way too friendly.
Well, and I mean, okay, so
I mean,
yes.
I've seen a couple marriage proposals in your stream, Ace. Or can you be my dad?
I was one,
like,
but
that's
I'm a
scary.
consenting adult.
But like Ace, how do you take
with
to
possible
that
diminished capacity?
when it's
Unsure.
like, can you be my dad? Or I wish
I
you
don't know
were
how
my
to
dad.
reply to that one. He comes like this other kid be like uncle. I'm like, okay, that's not as bad. But then I know the guy you're talking about. He be like dad. I'm just like,
I know. And me
Yeah,
as
like
an
that, and
old sarcastic, I can't respond like I want to. Damn it.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's true. And even in our inner circle, we know Buddha and TRQ personally. We know Walter personally. Him and his kids are, I think, on my couch right now. I'm unsure where they are in the house, but they're in our home right now, hanging out with us for the weekend.
They're going through your underwear drawer.
Whatever. If they find anything good, I do hope they'll let me know. But at least me personally, just because of the lifestyle that I have, and professionally especially, I don't let details of my. I mean, yeah, people know we have dogs, and yeah, they may have seen a picture or two floating around on the discords of the dogs or of me or of Tom. But I'm very cautious in the information that I put out there.
You have to be. There's no argument in the world that would make me go, oh yeah, well let me just give all my information out freely.
But there are people who do. There are streamers who, their personal information is well known. And I just can't imagine. I mean, yeah, I consider a lot of the people that participate in streams and stuff my friends, or at least friendly acquaintances, but I still wouldn't share a lot of personal information with them.
Me either. Maybe I'm just a private person, which is fine. There's nothing against that. The viewers do get mad, don't they, Ace? Like some will get frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
Start yelling unsub or all dislike,
Yeah.
Because it breaks my heart because I wish I had the chance to kind of sit them down and say, you need to understand why I said no. And again, will you be my dad? I mean, how do you respond to that? That could really fuck up some good RP, can't it?
It could, because you just start stuttering. You're like, wait, what?
No. Right when the action gets good in LSPDFR pursuit, the game is just playing smoother than it ever has, and that comes on, and you're like, 401, can you, your dad what?
And then you start thinking, whatever happened to that girl from high school?
How long has it
Surprise!
been? 9
I
months.
know. That's just crazy. That's just insane.
So that's a very heavy story, and I'm going to hit you with some fun stuff in my last little segment tonight, I promise.
Okay.
But, you know, I just want to caution everyone out there, anyone who listens, be careful who you talk to. Be careful what information you share.
Yep. It's okay. It's
agree.
okay to say no. It's okay to be cautious.
You
There's
know what?
nothing
If your
wrong with that.
parents, if you wouldn't tell your parents you shared that information, it's probably not the right information to share.
Yep. Absolutely. And I would add, if somebody approaches you on Discord or on YouTube or Twitch or wherever and starts asking you for that information or saying inappropriate things, you need to tell somebody. Period. Be the authorities as an adult, or go find an adult if you're not an adult. And I know that sounds like a broken record, and a lot of these youngins have heard it 1,000 times, but it's true.
Protect your neck.
That's right. There are times when it's okay to be a snitch, especially when it protects your backside.
Literally and figuratively.
That is correct. That is correct. So some fun stuff, you say, eh?
Yep.
Well, let us have it. Lay it on us.
Well, is there anything that Ace wanted to cover? Anything else we need to cover before we go into my third and final?
Yeah, anything you want to say, Ace?
Oh, I could say I looked up when we hit 200K. So that was May 2018.
May 2018. Tell me, I know you had to mute your mic when you looked it up and look at your wife and go, ha!
Yeah, I actually just took a picture of it and sent it to her too, just to be like, I literally just did that. And she was like, oh, okay.
That's a level of petty I can get behind 100%.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Oh,
right.
man,
Okay,
you
so
know
May
I don't
2018, and then Wednesday was July 16th?
17th? January, yeah.
July. What the hell am I saying? January 17th, 2019. So that is not even a year.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That is insane, dude.
it's
So
crazy
maybe
'cause
400,000 by
100K
the end of 2019, dude?
We could do it, because I'm looking here too. I got the other stats. June 17 was 100K.
Okay, so just out of curiosity, can you go? Do you have your Social Blade page handy?
Yeah.
What does it say? When does it say that you'll reach? When does it predict you'll reach 400K?
The
Yeah.
predictions.
Which, by the way, folks, Social Blade in no way is sponsoring this. I am in no way pushing Social Blade. Their predictions for me have always been wrong.
And also their estimated income is very off as well.
I love that.
I wish it was correct.
Yeah, well, you'll have to tell us that too. What it
Well,
says
so
your
Tom,
estimated.
you
Well,
pulled up your Social
I
Blade?
totally believe you make $700 a month. I totally believe that one.
Is that the low side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only the high side was correct.
If only.
What
You'll
does it
get
say
there.
the high side is? Like $32,000 or something?
No, a
11.4.
modest 11.4K.
Jesus.
It's funny because when I was telling like my job that I was leaving and everything, most of them already knew I did YouTube and everything, but they didn't know like how big it was and stuff. So like my district manager, he's talking to my store manager and he's like, yeah, man, he's leaving, blah blah blah. And they're like, I think he looked me up and he sees like the big number. He thinks that's what it is. So he's like, yeah, he's leaving. He got like 200,000 followers. He don't need us. He don't even need to be here. It was so funny. She was telling me what he said.
It's got to feel good though, right? You know, they're still there.
Yeah.
There was at least one person in your school, you know, everybody has one. There was at least one teacher or one adult in your school, like your upbringing in elementary school through high school. They didn't believe in you. You'll never make it. You'll be flipping burgers, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like even the job I had, it was a pretty good job. It wasn't too crazy, but it wasn't like what I went to school for. And it was like kind of embarrassing sometimes, you know, because like I worked at an auto parts store since I graduated. So I graduated high school 2010 and actually started that same summer while I was going to college. So I worked there 4 years while I was in college, and then I ended up just staying there because I just got, you know, I guess you get comfortable, and I got promoted so many times. I was kept getting promoted. So it was like it wasn't where I was, you know, supposed to end up, but it was good, and you kind of get comfortable. But
So it
good to
has you
get out.
hitting 400K in September.
Yep.
Good Lord, dude. And
All
then
right, now
and
don't
then by
disappoint Social Blade.
the end of the year, what does it say?
The end of the year.
By January 2020 at 450.
Yep.
Jesus, dude. That's just amazing. That's like 10,000 a month.
And to get
12,000
into
a
like
month.
another story I wanted to share too. Like when I got into this, like the whole GTA, because obviously I was doing YouTube for like other games before, but like I'm sure you guys heard of or know Steve the Gamer, most people.
Yep.
Yeah, so like that was one of the like I watched a ton of people, but that was one of the people that I looked at and I was just like, wow, if he could do it, I could do it. And that was one of the main things that motivated me. And I talked to Steve a couple of times over the year, and actually I think Wednesday night after we hit 300K, I sent him a message. I just sent him a picture of it, and I was just like, thank you for paving the way, because honestly, if I haven't seen him and his success, I don't think I would have tried it, you know? I would have never put my mind to it and stuck with it as hard as I did.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then he replied back. He was like, "Good stuff, bro. Let's get that million." So I'm like, "Okay, now Steve
Hell
said it. We
yeah.
got to get the million."
Oh,
So
yeah, you're gonna be
Social
balling.
Blade has you there at 2023.
3 years to $1 million, dude.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's something that I was talking to TRQ the other day. It's a good point, especially for small channels when you get discouraged. I heard this on I don't know if you guys watch these TED Talks on YouTube. You ever seen them, Ace?
You said pep talks?
TED Talks, TED.
Oh no.
They're done. I forget. They're down in California somewhere, but they always have a bunch of different people on, and they range from musicians and famous artists and people who write books and corporate leaders, things like that, to just people, veterans, and people who have these amazing stories of a second chance in their life. And it's all meant to be motivational. But this one guy, and I forget his name, he had said, if you knew, like if tomorrow you woke up and you had proof positive that at a certain day you would have like all your goals, everything would be reached, everything you've been striving for, you would reach it. It's there waiting for you. You just have to wait. So could you wait another day? Could you endure another week, another month, another year? Could you go 10 years if you knew that I had another 10 years of hard work and struggling, that everything would be fine at that point? You know, and that's kind of what I try to remind myself these days is it could be a lot worse. You could be getting nowhere instead of growing slowly. And if you just keep trying, one day you're going to hit that bullseye.
I agree.
Absolutely.
It's got to hit eventually, right?
Yep.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're sitting across the table from somebody that when I met him, he had like 70, what was it, 80,000 subscribers or something?
I don't remember where I was at the time, but yeah, I definitely was nowhere near 100
Yeah,
yet.
it was under 100K before you started Cuffs. And like, I mean, we've known each other like 3 years now. I can't believe that we're coming up on that. It's just been amazing to watch you grow and be part of the whole Cuffs thing with you. And then all the people that have joined along the way, like Tom and Bell and Walter, and I mean, there's so many we could name for hours that are no longer here even.
Yeah, it's crazy. I still remember when because I was originally contacted by Onyx too, and it was funny when he was telling me about the whole server and everything. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll check it out. But he was telling me everybody names. I was like so confused. I'm like, what is a Buddha Rocks? What is a Chrome guy? I'm like, what am I getting into?
I know. What is this shit? What am I
Who else
gonna?
was there? It was a whole bunch of people that not all of them. Some of them are still around, but not everybody is still active. But he was just, I was just like, what the heck? Buddha Rocks.
And he was hooked after like 2 or 3, man. You really just he took off with it.
And
It
now
was-
that you know, you still wonder what a Buddha Rocks is.
I know, right? Look, I have a mirror, okay? I own a couple of mirrors, and I still wonder what a Buddha Rock is. So I'm just this enigma. I'm one of the few people that this is me. You don't get anything different in real life. And there's 2 people that are, in this room right now in this TeamSpeak that can attest to that there's no difference between who I am on the air, on stream, or in my videos and who I am in real life.
Oh, he's even more of a dick in his real life.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
I am. I am. But
Well, trolling in the restaurant was pretty good.
yes, you know what? That's nothing better than to screw up a family steak dinner night. That's,
Whoops.
yeah.
Sorry.
Well, we're gonna get that chance again real soon too. So
There we are.
yeah, Ace, you gotta hop on your private jet, fly down here.
If you want the dates, we'd be more than happy to have
Hey,
you.
look, Social Blade is saying you're making like 6 figures this year.
Social Blade need to give me some of that cut that they say
Right.
I make.
That brings up. Do you guys remember the story I told you of? There was someone who had been watching me for a while on YouTube and was in a lot of the streams and very active, and then they stopped, and then they messaged me. I think it was on Facebook. They messaged me and said congrats on making, like, I think at that time it was like 400 and some thousand total views on my channel for being so successful on YouTube and making near $500,000 with my content. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? So after talking to him a little bit more, it turns out that because he saw it on Boogie's channel and Archam and a bunch of other YouTubers that he watches, where I don't know who the hell it was. He listed a bunch off, but they talked about it or they've done videos on it where the general rule is $1 for every 1,000 views for monetization. And we all know that it doesn't work that way. And usually 1,000 views might, if it's a quarter, you did well. You made 25 cents as a small channel on 1,000 views. You did well. But he honestly believed that it was for whatever 400 and some thousand views translated into that. Over the time that I've done YouTube, I've made almost $500,000. God, wouldn't it be great if it was true?
If only.
It
Must be
doesn't
nice to
work
live
that
in
way,
that world.
folks.
Do it for a couple months. You'll see.
And that
The
doesn't
expen-
even
the
take
ex-
into account getting qualified for monetization too.
Yeah, we had it easy, dude. Like, I was scared.
I can't imagine starting now. It's ridiculous. The stuff you gotta go through.
Yep, I wish I'd have started it, like these ideas I have for other channels. I wish I'd have started them back then when I could have gotten possibly grandfathered in. But it was close for some of us. Poor Rye didn't make it. Remember that? And it took him, and then he hit it, and then it was like another 4 or 5 months before they actually gave monetization.
Before they approved it. Yep.
It was
I
just
see
ridiculous.
that on Twitter a lot too, actually, because I follow the creator thing or whatever, and every day people are writing YouTube like, "Hey, I've been qualified for 6, 8 months, and I still didn't get approved yet, even though they're qualified."
Wow.
And all they'd say is the same generic response: "Oh, we looked at your channel. We are doing a second check to make sure that you are good to go. Please allow a couple more months for us to make our decision."
Yeah, but
Like-
see now, like even Twitch is, we're Prime members, so you know, inherently Amazon owns Twitch. When you're a Prime member, now they're forcing us into the ads, which I don't necessarily agree with. You know, they grandfathered anybody that was a Prime user as no ad content, and now they're pushing it, and they're like 30-second spots. There's
Wow.
no way to avoid.
Like they
them.
force you to watch the whole thing.
Yep.
I hate that, dude. They take all your video controls away except for pause and volume.
And then, like, if you watch on your phone, you minimize it, go to send a message to somebody, it reloads the chat and reloads another ad.
Yep. It does that if I go away, like if I do something in my browser and accidentally, instead of opening a new tab, I go somewhere, just click a link, you know, and then I quickly switch back. It's going to play another ad on the PC too. It's insane. I mean, I like that. I at least like that YouTube respects us enough to go, and our viewers, to give us as creators the freedom to go, okay, well, now we can choose if we want this style, what style ads we want. You know, so if we just want the little cards that play at the bottom and that don't really interrupt the video, we can just choose those.
Necessary evil.
Necessary, yep. Absolutely. Maybe one day I'll make enough through Patreon and donations and stuff to go ad-free. That's a goal of mine. I would love to provide ad-free content. Not make people watch ads, but necessary evil.
Well, I think nobody realizes the expense involved between the mics and audio and, you know, the thumbnails and anything that we have to put into the channel as an expense. You're not going to see that money for a year, if not more than that.
Easily. I haven't even this year, since we got the new equipment. What did come out of pocket, you know, out of the tax refund from earlier in the year for the new gear, we still haven't made that little bit back. You know, a couple thousand, we haven't made that back on the channel. So close, but we haven't quite done it. But what are you gonna do? You know, necessary evil. Mics break. Ace, how many times have you replaced your mic just in the last 2 years?
2 or 3 times.
And what kind of mic is your go-to?
First one I don't remember. It was like a generic one. The second one was like the blue Snowball.
Okay.
And then now I have the blue Yeti.
The Yeti.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah. Now, see, I can't imagine that it would be any different with a Rhodes podcaster or even more Newman or something like that. Like, you've seen some of these mics, you can get upwards of $8,000 for a mic. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and you get what you pay for. It makes your voice sound beautiful without having to tweak much. But
Well, I'm not
everything
going acapella
breaks.
in my living room.
Yeah, everything breaks, and I can say that part of it's my fault because, you know, I'm still working on quitting smoking, and there's just days when either I'm smoking almost a full pack of cigarettes that day, or I'm, you know, the next bell tower sniper. You know what I'm saying? And so I can say that on those days, you know, my computer smokes a pack of cigarettes. You know, but mics just go out anyways. Headphones go out. The drivers in them aren't made to last like old speaker drivers. It's just ridiculous how much money we have to continue. How many keyboards, Ace?
Speaking of things, keyboards, actually the baby broke the last one. I think it would have last, but she dropped juice all over it. Luckily, I had a spare one in the closet. But now I gotta replace my desk before this thing falls while I'm live streaming.
Oh, good Lord, that would
I'm
be
just
funny,
waiting
dude.
for it. It's gonna happen.
You know,
Well, the
and
good
you know,
news is you'll get, you know, that particular video will probably go viral and get you to 400 much sooner.
Yep.
So glass half full.
Oh, the memes.
I've got
can
at
only
least like 4
imagine.
memes in my mind built already, so
Yeah.
be sure and tag me somewhere when that happens, please.
Oh no, he'll be back on the show, and it's gonna be.
Oh no, I'm not thinking I'll ever lose contact or anything of the sort. I'm just
No,
saying,
I'm
like,
saying if
in
that
real
happens,
time, so I
he's
can
on
get
the
some
show as the guest.
time-efficient memes.
and we're playing it on the air.
I'm telling you guys now, that's exclusive. It's coming. You guys heard it here first.
Oh, good Lord. Like, I
We
would
got
feel
the
bad,
inside
dude.
track.
Especially if you
In
fell
like a week,
backwards.
we'll start seeing all of his videos labeled "Will the desk break today?" GTA 5 mod.
First, you guys are gonna notice the face cam's just gonna be slightly crooked for a couple of days.
And my broken ass desk stopped the train in GTA 5.
I'm okay.
Oh my God, dude. You need to take when you replace it, take the damn thing out and put it on some train track or something and just wait with a camera for a train to come through and plow it. Nope, didn't stop the train.
Speaking of that, this guy I follows, he's doing that in Farming Simulator now. I'm like, oh my God, they're starting the trend over there. Trying to stop the train in Farming Simulator.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, we
Why?
actually, I won't say it. I don't want anybody to say it, but we know, us modders, we know there is actually one way to stop the train in GTA 5. One way. One way only.
Which we'll tell you on the next show.
That's right. That's right.
So
Or the one
stay
after
tuned.
that.
All right. Well, Ace, again, thank you so much for being here, brother. We do appreciate it.
Of course.
Always
Thank
fun
you for
having
having me again.
That's right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Belle, you got any last thoughts with the news? Fun things?
Well, I have a handful of weird things that Americans do that the rest of the world thinks are super weird. Or I can hold it for the next one.
No, go ahead. We got a little bit of time. That'll be a good way to end the show.
All right, so this is written from the standpoint, or from the viewpoint, I should say, of a well-traveled, well-cultured European. So someone who's kind of been around. So the first one is Americans will say, "How are you?" rather than just saying hello. And in other countries, this would signal them to launch into a full diatribe on how their life is. Like their health, their finances, their well-being. Not just, "Hey, how are you?" "Doing well, thanks, how are you?" That's generally how we would exchange. However, in other cultures, that's not how it's seen. Eating grape Skittles, the little purple ones, which is actually not supposed to be grape flavored, but that's just what the US has likened it to. And in countries like the UK and Australia, it's known instead as black currant. The flavor is black currant, not grape.
Black
It's a
currant.
very popular flavor. It was a very popular flavor in Europe. However, it has been banned because the fruit that it is synthesized from was found to carry like a wood destroying bacteria or disease or something. So the fruit cannot be imported anymore. Americans rarely take vacations. Most countries outside of the US, vacation is something that you go on for a few weeks a year, not just 1 week a year. And sometimes vacations last for months. In the US, it's very rare to take more than a week off at a time, and most people say they don't take one vacation a year.
I don't
Free
even know what that
refills?
word means.
Yeah, right?
It's
I didn't
taking a
until last year.
Holiday.
Oh yeah, that's
Holiday.
what they call it actually.
Yeah.
I'm a
Free
YouTuber for a
refills
living.
is
I'm a
not a
holiday
thing
every
outside
day.
of the US. So in other countries, if you want more beverage, you got to pay for it. We have a very boring looking currency. Most other countries and currency systems have very brightly colored currency, dollar bills, and so on. We carry coins that are confusing. So it likens that a quarter makes sense that it would be, 1/4 or a quarter of a dollar. However, a nickel and a dime, what does that have to do with 5 or 10 cents? Cheering on cheerleaders is something that is not done outside of the US. There are not cheerleaders at the World Cup. There aren't cheerleaders for most other sports outside of the US.
That's crazy.
Well, that's because we don't take vacations. We need something to look at.
That's
There
right.
you go. It is rare in other countries to get coffee to go. The coffee in other countries is meant to be sit and enjoyed with friends or family. Tipping is another one.
Really? Tipping?
The tipping one I knew because it's insulting in
Yep.
a lot of other countries.
Fuck, I'm moving to a lot of other countries.
No, but a lot of them include the tip in your price of food. So it's not at your discretion. You're paying for it one way or another.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I never understood the whole mentality of, okay, I'm going to pay you. What is it now? What is the minimum wage for like a server now?
Ridiculous, like $3 or $4.
Yeah. I'm going to pay you this low sweatshop wage, and you need to go shake your ass and titties out there and be nice to people if you want more. I never understood that.
Nope. In Europe, it's customary to leave a few coins on the table, no more than $1. And in much of Latin America, it's more like 8 to 10% that you tip.
Which makes, see, 10% makes sense to me. It's like with the pizza guy. It's not, I don't try to figure it out. I figure they get $2.75 they get a part of that delivery fee. And don't tell me they don't. I used to run a pizza delivery kitchen. That's exactly what it's for. But that plus $2, you know, on if it's a huge order, give them some more, give them a $5. But $2 should be minimum to tip the pizza guy. Nice fair.
I'm with you on that.
And piggybacking off of that one, dining with over-attentive servers. So in most of Europe, your servers are to have minimal interaction with you. They greet you, they take your drink order, they take your food order, they bring your food, and so on. But they don't come and check on how your meal is doing. They don't, interact with you for the most part.
I'm not the only one that despises.
No free refill, so they don't need to come back. You get your one Coke, and that's it.
Yeah, but see, then you can order another one if you want it. They're not there going, can I get you another drink? Can I get you another beer?
And while this is changing in a lot of the world, America is kind of known for their giant box stores, such as Costco, Walmart, BJ, Sam's Club, and so on. Other countries don't have mass-produced stores. Eating supersized food is something that's considered overtly American.
Hell yeah.
Of course.
Call back to the White House dinner.
That's right.
And having a lawyer that advertises is something that is also very American.
Really? They don't really, in other countries, they don't have ambulance chasers and guys who...
Nope.
Wow.
Most other countries don't have personal injury lawyers. Not to the degree that we have them. Because their governing body for such things is different.
That's just crazy.
Yep.
Interesting facts, though.
Yep.
Definitely. Well, we made it through episode 5, and I appreciate you guys. You, Tom, and Belle have been an integral part of this, and it wouldn't be what it is without you.
Well, thank you, sir.
And of course, Ace is special, too, because he was our very first guest.
And our very fifth guest.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Well, why don't you guys say goodbye to everybody in the chat that's watching?
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for watching.
That's right. Yep. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I want to remind you guys that the channel, the Buddha Rocks channel here, Buddha Nation, we're getting ready to hit 7K, and we got a special stream coming tomorrow. Tom's going to be involved in that. Belle, are you playing with us?
Jury's still out. I'll have to let you know tomorrow.
And same with Walter. Well, he probably won't.
Well, he'll probably be sitting right next to me.
Yep. But, check out the channel. It's going to be in Rust. It's going to be a fun stream. We're hoping to hit 7K during that stream, so we want to see you there. But thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.